हाय दिस इज अमीना शेख हियर ऑन जूम चैनल। आज मेरे साथ में एक ऐसी कलाकार है जिसने जस्सी जैसी कोई नहीं में सबको सरप्राइज कर दिया था एंड नाउ शी इज सरप्राइजिंग ऑल ऑफ अस विथ हर अमेजिंग परफॉर्मेंस इन मेड इन हेवन 2, welcoming none other than Mona Singh.
I thought you'll say Bulbul Johari.
How I wish to tell you that though.
Hi, Samina.
But I really want to know, and as I can see, as you all can see, we have a special guest.
Yes, very special.
His name is Idli.
Idli. His name is Idli because he's like a mini Idli. And he's just 1 year old.
And I must say, I really loved your character. I happened to see it like recently only, and I didn't see it before. And the way your conversations are with Vijay Raaz, you know, that's like talk of the town. On the internet, सब लोग बोल रहे हैं ऐसे बंदा होना चाहिए. How was your experience of working on this one?
Well, it was absolute fun, joy, a lot of learning. You see, when you're working with the best makers and creators of the industry, all you will experience is best. So, मुझे लगता है Made in Heaven was the only, one big production जहाँ पे people from every department was so driven and passionate about everything, like our art, our lighting, our costume, hair, makeup. Everything was like top class. So I had a very good experience.
Talking about OTT, do you also feel it gives you variety of content to explore, to indulge in, to be a part of it?
Absolutely. If you see, it's been more than 5 years. I don't have a cable connection at home. As a viewer also, I don't watch TV. I'm only hooked on to OTT. You can binge watch on your shows. You are not time bound. And as an actor, this is the most amazing phase that every actor is going through, because you get to play such nuanced characters, such different characters. The narratives have changed, and the way people are consuming content has changed. So I feel very lucky and fortunate to be a part of this OTT phase.
Do you also feel that when you had your stint in on TV with Jassi Koi Nahi, there was a certain time period where we would watch, count on the TRPs, then moving on from that to films, you have to count on the tickets. And now OTT, you have to again count on the timestamps, how much is viewed, kitne seconds mein band kar diya, and all these things. Things have changed and evolved, and at the same time for the good. But digital medium is also one platform where you can just forget, within like 1 second कि मैंने अभी ये देखा था, okay, I'm done with this, now I want to move to that.
Yeah.
Do you also feel that way the content's value is very like distributed to different, zones, horizons for that matter?
But that's all right, you see, because as actors and as viewers, this phase is booming. And, like even when we go through Instagram Reels, if there is anything more than a minute, we don't want to waste time. We want to see shorter content and fast. We are so exposed to different kind of, things going all around, different kind of genres as a viewer, as an actor. But, then there are shows like Made in Heaven which are not forgotten. People had been trolling, according to Zoya, people had been trolling her कि 4 साल हो गए, when are you going to release it? So there are also these unforgettable shows that people wait for another season for. So yeah, content आ रहा है, बहुत सारा आ रहा है, but there's also something great and good and unforgettable things happening on OTT.
When it was your show for Ekta Kapoor and that special show I used to watch, Ronit Roy one, Juhi, yeah.
Kehne Ko Humsafar Hai.
And I used to really like it. Honestly, I really like this, plot, and I was too involved. My mom is like, "Ab rakh de phone ko, ab rakh de phone ko." But I used to like interestingly watch your character. I found that character so independent of yours, and it was so good and relishing, and the way she's explaining things to him, the way the entire atmosphere was, I really loved it.
She's a woman of solid character. She's not grey. She's not a villain. She's an independent working woman who just happens to fall in love. Yeah.
I liked it. I personally liked it. Coming back to Made in Heaven, which one has been your favorite dialogue?
My favorite dialogue, वैसे तो बहुत सारे हैं, but बुलबुल जौहरी का favorite dialogue would be, कितना खाती हो? इतनी सुकड़ी सी हो. इतनी सुकड़ी सी हो, एक बर्गर से पेट नहीं भरता. I love it. I love it.
और स्पेशली वो जब आपके साथ में इंटरेक्शन करते वो वो लैपटॉप पे चैट कर रहे हैं एंड द वे इज कॉम्प्लीमेंटिंग यू.
That too is my favorite. You see, when we were shooting, we had no idea कि उसके अब memes बनेंगे. There were so many memes, going around कि सुनो बहुत सुंदर लग रही हो.
Exactly. And in fact लोग ऐसे बोलते हैं कि बंदा हो तो ऐसा हो और बंदी हो तो ऐसी हो.
Imagine, these are the kind of couples we should see in our society. These are the kind of couples which will bring about the change that we want to see. There's so much negativity going around, but when you see such men with green flags, you want to see more of them. मतलब मुझे कितने सारे लोगों ने बोला that, oh, Mr. Johri and Mrs. Johri, what a couple. And people are calling us the new power couple.
Yes.
So imagine how we are getting the power couple status is because the way we treated each other in the show. Yeah. And that is what people want to see. They are missing out on that love and respect in a relationship. Yeah. तो मुझे अच्छा लगता है, when people like these kind of stories and, when these kind of stories influences society for a better place to be in.
And as we talk about the title Made in Heaven, आपको भी आपका Made in Heaven partner मिल चुका है और दोनों poles apart है. Like you're a Punjabi and he's a South Indian.
Yes.
How did this miracle happen in life and how is it working for you?
देखिए वो सांबर के ऊपर पंजाबी तड़का लग गया. But yeah, even if he's a South Indian, he's never lived really in the South. He's mostly been in Lucknow and Delhi. And he's more Punjabi than I am. He loves all the Punjabi food. He names some dishes which I had not heard of. मैंने कहा ये कब खाया, ये क्या है ये? So yeah, I think we connected on many ways when it came to travel and food and cinema. तो we just instantly hit it off. और शादी के बाद तो मतलब ऐसा लग रहा है कि it's a different kind of freedom because I've always lived with my parents. तो हमेशा एक कॉल करना होता था कि I'm getting a little late or you guys eat, I'm not there. Over here I don't have to call my parents and tell them that I'm getting late. अलग किस्म का एक freedom जो है ना enjoy कर रहे हैं हम लोग. There are various parties we go for, we host a lot of parties, we love to travel. तो मज़ा आ रहा है मुझे शादी के बाद.
मैं ये इंटरव्यू मेरी मॉम को नहीं दिखाने वाली हूँ बिकॉज शी विल बी लाइक सी वो लोग कैसे सेटल हो रहे हैं, तुम कैसे लाइफ में सेटल नहीं हो रही हो. बट ऑनेस्टली मोना, एज आई सी योर वर्क ऑल्सो, जैसी जैसी कोई नहीं, आई वॉज लाइक अ स्मॉल किड एंड वॉचिंग इट टू नाउ व्हेन आई सी दैट ऑल्सो, आई फील लाइक यू हैव इवॉल्व्ड अ लॉट इन योर कैरेक्टर्स. लाल सिंह चड्ढा में भी आपका कैरेक्टर इतना गौर से देखा है एंड द वे यू आर विद आमिर खान इन 3 Idiots ऑल्सो, फ्रॉम changing and evolving, what is that one thing which you learned the most which is keeping you so impactful? And even now people talk about, oh, Mona Singh ka ye performance dekha hai kya? You know people talk about that, so many times people forget some characters, but even now people say that are inka ye film dekha hai, oh she's there, if she's there aise hone wala hai types.
I just feel अब इतने साल हो गए हैं, मैं जो भी करती हूँ ना मैं दिल से करती हूँ. I just take it so personally. I just feel that when the makers and the producers are putting that trust in you, you better give your 200%. So I forget about myself and I become the character. I don't want to anymore look pretty and concentrate on my clothes and the external factor. I'd rather be the character and forget about what Mona Singh is. And I think that's what keeps me going. And जहाँ तक staying relevant and not getting complacent, तो मुझे हमेशा ये डर रहता है कि how do you stay relevant? So मुझे ऐसा लगता है in times like these you stay relevant by taking risks. So I have always taken that risks. Be it Jassi, be it Laal Singh and now be it Bulbul Johri. मुझे लाइफ में लगता है इतनी छोटी सी लाइफ है, अगर आप रिस्क नहीं लेंगे, खुद को चैलेंज नहीं करेंगे और सिर्फ एक कंफर्ट जोन में रहेंगे, then your life is going to be very boring.
I completely agree with it. I completely agree with you on this. And as we talk about, not getting into that comfort zone, sometimes we do end up getting into comfort zones. And that was one of the occasions, and I want to know more on that, is when Aamir Khan said that you have to get out of that, TV environment when you're working on 3 Idiots. ये तुम्हारा television phase नहीं, you have to get out of it. How was it like working with him? And he's been known as Mr. Perfectionist. वो उनको हर चीज़ में accuracy चाहिए, तो how was it working with him?
ऐसा नहीं है कि उनको हर चीज़ में एक्यूरेसी चाहिए एंड ऑल दैट. ही इज़ वेरी चिल्ड. मतलब ही जोक्स अराउंड, सबके साथ फ्लोर पे बैठ के अपनी किस्से कहानियाँ सुनाते हैं आमिर. बट यू सी कमिंग फ्रॉम TV, what I had not experienced was a film set. And what I had experienced on TV was that, oh, this episode has to go out tomorrow. जल्दी करो, जल्दी करो, जल्दी करो. हम लोग scene एक दिन में 12 scene करते थे, or maybe more. I don't remember. But in films like Three Idiots and Laal Singh, you end up doing only 2 scenes a day, or sometimes just 1. So I used to question. Three Idiots was my first film, so I was questioning everybody. इतना time क्यों ले रहे हो? क्या हो रहा है? Why aren't you shooting? And everybody was like, अरे what's the hurry? तो मुझे लगता था अरे हाँ वैसे there is no hurry. The movie is coming out next year. आराम से करो, chill मार के करो, rehearsal करो, prep well. जो हमने TV में कभी किया ही नहीं. There were no rehearsals. गरम गरम scene मिलते थे हाथ में, चलो शुरू हो जाओ. So I came from that. So yes, I did learn a lot, and now since I'm doing OTT and films, I know what I have to do in my waiting period. You know, I can read a book, or I can chill on the set, see what is happening on set, which I normally do. तो अब सीख लिया.
मोना, सीखने में तो आपने काफ़ी कुछ सीखा है, बट सबसे बहुत ये क्वेश्चन आपको पहले भी आ चुका है, and I'm sure I want to ask you again. When you were offered Laal Singh Chadha, a lot of eyebrows were raised that why did she agree to play Aamir's mother? You're too young, you know, for the role. And though you played a very good role, but I also want to know, like, you know, why did you agree for a role like that?
See, when I signed up for Jassi, a lot of people asked me, why did you agree to that at that time? Why are you looking like this? Why did you agree to that? But now that it was out and now it's history and a cult show, people are not questioning again about Laal Singh now. जब promo आया था तब people were questioning, but after the movie nobody did that कि ये आपने क्यों किया ये role. They were like, wow, आपने क्या किया है ये role. And that is what I wanted to hear. You see, as an actor, मैं क्यों करूँ वो role जो मेरी age का हो? Then what is the point? What am I challenging? What am I doing if I just have to play my age and look glamorous and pretty? I don't want to. In 2012, when I was just 32, I played the character of a mother of 3 kids. तो मैंने कभी ऐसे सोचा ही नहीं है. And not once I thought it is Aamir Khan's mother. It's Laal's mother. The movie is about how brave the mother is. She's the hero for Laal, you know. And क्या रोल है, मतलब हमारी मदर्स ऐसी होती हैं कि तू किसी से कम नहीं है, गो आउट एंड bloody win the world. So I feel very proud of doing it. Not once I questioned my thought or choice.
And coming back to now, 2023, what kind of approach you want to keep for your films, and what kind of movies you want to sign on board?
See, right now I already have 5 shows lined up, which including movies in it, which will be releasing back to back. So there's a lot happening. But as an actor, I want to be part of things which are extraordinary, you know, or things which are just too real. I want to do that. And that is exactly what we are witnessing as actors and as viewers. मुझे biopics का हिस्सा बनना है, मुझे cop बनना है, मुझे बहुत कुछ करना है. I want to work with, you know, Raju sir again. I want to work with Homi Adajania. I want to work with Raj and DK. My list is never ending. I'm telling you, with OTT blooming, I'm getting more and more ambitious every day.
Yeah.
So I think it's the best phase for every actor like me.
And which is the latest movie you have watched which you liked?
यार मुझे ना जवान देखने जाना है. I haven't watched it. I think I'm going to go tomorrow or day after and celebrate SRK. I love him. I love him. Yeah.
So SRK के साथ में भी काम करना आप चाहोगे, I'm sure.
या काम तो मैं बिल्कुल करना चाहूँगी, बट देयर इज़ वन वेरी स्पेशल मेमोरी ऑफ SRK. वैसे बहुत सारी मेमोरीज़ हैं. जस्सी में वो अपने बच्चों को लेकर आए थे मेरे सेट पे, and I had forgotten my dialogues and everything. I froze. And but the recent memory is we had a screening of Laal Singh in SRK's house. Yes, and I was like, oh my God, this is my moment, you know. हम सब मन्नत गए थे to watch it, and I remember SRK and Gauri coming up to me and telling me that how good I was in the film. मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि, you know, when such big stars who are so humble and, you know, accept everyone and treat everyone as an equal, that is what makes them a superstar. तो मेरे लिए तो वही बड़ा अच्छा moment हो गया था उनके घर जाके movie देखना.
Quickly, I'm going to play a very small segment, and I don't want to take much of your time, but
Sure.
we all want to know more of you. So it's a very small segment which is going to be all about you.
Rapid fire.
Rapid fire.
Okay.
More than rapid fire, it's trying to like know what you do in a certain situation.
अच्छा.
So when it comes to venting out dial list, आपकी list में कौन है?
मेरी sister and my father.
Okay. What is the craziest thing you have done so far which makes you feel happy even now?
Craziest thing I have done, I think वो तो मतलब college days में ही था, when we used to be usually thrown out of the class for making maximum noise. तो हम लोग college gate के campus में बैठे हुए थे and there was this canteen truck going in and मैंने चुराया था पेप्सी की बॉटल. बाद में ऑफ कोर्स हमने पैसे दे दिए थे ऊपर जाके, वी टोल्ड हिम, बट दैट वाज अ बेट एंड इट वाज द क्रेजीएस्ट थिंग आई डिड.
One thing you think of and you get embarrassed.
And I get embarrassed. I remember going to a coffee shop with my sister. No, it wasn't a coffee shop. It was an ice cream parlor in Pune at about 10:30, 11 in the night. जब सबसे अच्छा crowd आया होता था ना, तब मैं और मेरी sister जाते थे ice cream लेने, lipstick लगा के. And I remember walking inside the parlor and falling down on my face. My heel had broken. And I didn't want to get up क्योंकि सब मुझे देख रहे थे. And I was like, oh my God, I was so embarrassed. Even today when I think about it, my sister left me alone and she went laughing and she went inside. That's
very bad actually. What's an excuse you make even now when you have to be late, outside house and your parents keep on calling?
Yeah, one thing good about me is because I'm a Fauji kid, I'm always before time. I am never late in life.
Never?
I am never late. I have bunked school, yes.
Okay.
And I have done that and gone for a movie. हम लोग देखने गए थे गदर 90 में. 90 में.
बॉक्स ऑफिस कलेक्शन क्यों इतने अच्छे हैं पता चल चुका है हम सबको.
हमने स्कूल में हैंड पंप उखाड़ दिया था बंक करके. Yes, so I have done that. And I've broken many rules in school and college and hostel. So my parents know of all my shatanis because सारे teachers उन्हीं को ही call करते थे.
So that's a good thing actually, they know about it.
Yeah.
Because then you're sorted completely.
Yes.
One superpower you want to have in your life?
I don't want to see the future, so that is not the superpower I want. मुझे सफाई का बड़ा शौक है. So I want wherever I am in the streets of Bombay, I do this and the roads are clean and nice and spick and span and no garbage. और सारे potholes मिट जाएं भाई. हमारी गाड़ियाँ शांति से चलें.
ये जो manifestation जो भी आप करो ना, I want this, I think.
Yeah, I want that magic trick.
What is the weirdest, wildest thing you think of in the night before sleep? Sometimes we end up thinking a lot of things. What is that wildest thing or weirdest thing you have thought so far?
You see, I'm the kind of person who meditates before sleeping. तो मेरा तो मतलब ऐसा weird thought नहीं आया है.
But कभी ऐसे you think that हाँ कल ऐसे हो जाना चाहिए, and or maybe something like that, something is running in your head.
Sometimes what happens is when I'm in that shooting mode and I'm about to sleep, मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि oh shit, if tomorrow is not a good day, I might fall, I might forget my lines, I might, it may not be a good day for me. I worry, I overthink before any challenging scene of mine. तो फिर मुझे नींद नहीं आती, फिर मैं पूरी रात नहीं सो पाती हूँ. Yeah. And the weirdest thing about actors is what I'll tell you, that when we read a scene na, we start imagining कि अगर छत पे सीन है ना तो फिर चांदनी रात भी होगी, झूला भी होगा, पौधे भी होंगे, ये सब होगा. And in your head you're thinking, okay, I'll maybe sit there and say this and do that. But when you go to the chat, there is no jhula, there are no plants. It's a dilapidated chat, and then what do? So I've told myself not to imagine, and just to remember lines and go on set, because it throws you off.
So do you also agree that Dilulu is the Salulu somewhere? Are you following that trend?
Yeah, well, somewhere. Yeah.
And lastly, if you could disappear for a day, what would you want to do?
Where nobody could see me, Mr. India type.
Yes.
Disappear and maybe go and enjoy myself in a public place like I would normally want to, because ये हम नहीं कर पाते normally. मतलब मुझे bargaining करनी है street पे, मुझे भुट्टा खाना है और मुझे थोड़ी पागलपंती करनी है friends के साथ, वीडियो बनाने हैं, मुझे शर्म आ जाती है, I feel shy that oh people are looking. But all this I do abroad when I go abroad. तो मुझे वो इंडिया में करना है एक दिन गुम होके.
I hope ये वाली आपकी wish जल्द से जल्द पूरी हो जाए, because we would be very happy to see you something like this. And I would like to have you on my show rather. We have something Street Food Diaries. So maybe that will be very interesting. Sub security wala. But lovely to have you and catch up with you, Mona, and it was lovely chatting with you. Happy to see your work and hoping to see more of you. Thank you so much for your lovely time.
Hi, this is Mona Singh and you're watching me only on Zoom.